Okay, this is a Minnesota Gophers pass defense against Northwestern offense in the first half. This is going to be a pass play that results in a sack, and the Gophers are able to get pressure because of the good coverage provided by the secondary. The Gophers, especially in the first half, mixed up a lot of different coverages, which I think helped them, ability to cover the wide receivers and the pass routes, which allowed the rush to get there. So let's take a look at this play, what happens. So, first things first, you can see the Gophers are pressing the slot receiver, which takes away any sort of bubble screen here. You're actually going to see Northwestern put this man in motion. Now, on the previous series, what the Gophers did in this particular scenario, they actually weren't pressing. They had a secondary player back here. And what they did was they had this secondary player along with these two linebackers playing a zone in here. So this is what Northwestern's running. They hope to see that because what happens is they bring a man in motion and they're going to end up running a little switch concept here where this receiver comes inside and then the motion man's going to run an outside route. So they're trying to get a trade-off and get this safety to pick one or the other to find one of those receivers open. What actually happens is when the receiver goes in motion, nobody goes with him. So that's telling the quarterback that it is zone coverage, or at least it looks to be that way. So he's getting the look he wants. But what's actually happening is you can see this safety is talking to him because this safety is actually going to have pick up the pattern on this motion man again when he comes over and he runs an out route. And this DB actually is going to be in man coverage and he's going to stick with this receiver. So you're going to see they defend this and they end up picking up both routes, which causes the quarterback to hang on to the ball and the Gophers end up getting a sack. So, and then second, let's look at the rush that's provided by the Gophers. This 2-4-5 front that they're showing here, what this does is it allows out of any of these four right here, it allows them to play pass coverage or rush the quarterback because these guys are all quick enough and fast enough to drop into pass coverage. So what they do here is they actually only end up rushing four, but they actually take these three and bring them over a gap this way. Then they bring the linebacker on a blitz around the corner, and then they drop this linebacker into coverage. So they still end up with two linebackers in zone coverage. It's just instead of having the two that are lined up here, they just switch. They drop him back and they drop him on a blitz, and he's the one that actually ends up getting the sack. So let's take a look at the next frame. You can see this is the player that was in motion. So as I mentioned, this secondary player is going to stick with him in man coverage, and then that makes it easier for the safety who's going to pick up this player again, who's running corner route or a little bit of an out route on the switch concept. So you can see that he's looking, again, his first look is going to be here because he's going to want to know how the safety reads this. It's probably his first look is here, actually, wants to hit that receiver and sees that the corner stays on him. And you can see in the next frame here, this is the corner who stayed in man coverage on this player, and the safety who's just off the screen is picking up this. So this is, you can see these are the two linebackers who dropped into zone coverage, and this is the blitzing linebacker, and he comes around. He almost gets the sack here. It's a good job by the quarterback. His eyes are down now. He sees that these two routes were picked up. So his eyes go down because he's trying to look to scramble at this point. And what he does is he scrambles and sets up, but that's when they get there. So you can see that he came up in the pocket and set up, hoping to get a receiver to come back to him. And the same player that missed him in the previous frame here didn't miss him, but just didn't get there because the quarterback made a good move to step up in the pocket. He kept going, which is a key on a blitz or any pass rush, just to never stop. He ended up coming all the way around and getting the sack and actually forcing a fumble and a turnover.